Hi guys, it's Lexi. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you all had a safe and happy holiday season. It is, gosh, are we like already a week into January? Happy New Year. I have been holding off on doing my Empties video for December with all of my Christmas themed wax just because I have been trying to not bring it over to next Christmas. So I'm finally at a point where I've hit my limit. I'm done with these holiday scents. I just got to move on to something else. I'm tired of working on the same melting basket. So ready to put a pin in this, and whatever is left to bring over will just have to be brought over. So because I also use my YouTube channel to kind of document my wax purchasing and using and everything, like for myself, it's good for me to kind of be able to see this. I'm just going to mention something. If you're interested, you can stick around. If not, I'll put a timestamp so you can just get right to my thoughts on my empties. But I do want to mention this is all that I have left to bring over to the next holiday Christmas season. So I wish I did better, but it is what it is. And there are also some things in here that I am going to be destashing to friends and family. And if my friends and family don't want them, I'll probably list them on the destash page. I don't know. I'm not a big destash page person. For me, it's just kind of a hassle for me to like package everything, go to the post office. It's just easier to kind of just be like, here, friends and family, like just take it, like take the wax. But if nobody wants it, I'll possibly do like a little bundle and then destash it that way. Or I'll come up with something. This year I need to go through my wax, all of my wax, and destash stuff. So I might be doing that sometime soon. Anyway, first things first, I want to talk about the things that that I did not melt, that I am going to try to pass on to friends and family, and just why I'm going to be doing that. This is Storybook Christmas from Teddy Bees. This one, as it sat and cured a little bit more, there is something in here that I do not agree with. My nose does not agree with. So Storybook Christmas, although I did just get it, will be passed on to somebody else. Another one that will be passed on to somebody else. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring myself to melt this. This is Santa's Cafe from Southbound Melts. That is not me saying that any of these scents are bad. They are just not personally for me. That's all I'm saying. Not bad wax, it just doesn't align with my scent preference. So Santa's Cafe is fresh baked gingerbread, steaming hot coffee, and sweet cream. This is one I picked up in the pre-order because there was some good hype around this one. And the ginger note is the gingerbread, but specifically like the ginger is so spice forward and it almost takes over everything. It's just not for me, but I'm hyper sensitive to ginger. Like I don't like to eat ginger. If there's ginger like seasoned in food, a lot of like Asian dishes I can't do because the ginger in there is just too much for me. So I'm very, very sensitive to ginger. So even gingerbread, I'm just like, I can't. It's touch and go. So that one, I'm going to pass that along. And then this is another one I'm going to pass along. These are ones I couldn't make myself do it. Holly Jolly Cider. I don't know. This one to me kind of smells like, I feel like I can be a little bit more critical with Scentsy because it's not like a small business pouring their heart into it. I try not to be like, this one smells bad. It just isn't for me, but Scentsy, be a little harsher. This one kind of smells like burning rubber, like a tire, like a burnt, I don't know, I keep smelling it. It smells like burning rubber to me. So that one's out. I'm gonna pass that one along. And then this is one that I did melt a little of, so I can speak to that, but I will also be passing this on. This is Rose Girl Silent Night Mode. It's sweet lavender, vanilla balsam, roasted pine cones, and a blanket of fresh fallen snow. Not a bad scent. I did melt it, and I didn't pull it out of my warmers because I didn't like it. So I let it go, and I changed it when it was done, when I couldn't smell it anymore. And I think I used 3. I used 3 chunks, the size chunk. I used 3 of those in my upstairs, I think, and then maybe once in the bathroom downstairs. And it just was a little bit too powdery lavender for me. Just a little, I'm very sensitive to lavender, and that scent was just kind of a reminder that I just don't like lavender. And I gotta stop trying. I gotta stop trying, because it is so far and few between that I find a lavender blend that I actually enjoy, and I thought maybe that would be it, but it wasn't. So that one I'm gonna pass along to somebody else. Another one from Rose Girls that I'm passing along to somebody else. I did not even get to melting this. Every time I would go to try and melt it, I would smell the bag, and life is too short to melt wax in your home that you don't like. So this is Whoville Square. It's candy apples, cotton candy, and Christmas trees. Not a bad blend, not a bad scent. I just am super hypersensitive when it comes to winter candy apple, the Bath & Body Works scent. I don't know if there was something that happened when I was younger that made me not like it. Maybe I used it too much when I was younger and I just got myself really sick of it, or something happened, but I can't, sorry, my cat's food's going off. I can't do that scent. So that one I'm just gonna try to destash. This one is Big Nick Energy. This is Oak Christmas Tree, Marshmallow Fireside, Backroads. And her blend, Backroads, is Bergamot, Ginger, Vetiver, and Pine. So this kind of smells like a men's cologne mixed with like a Christmas tree and like a touch of like marshmallow in here. But overall, the ginger note that was in the Backroads oil, like it was too much ginger for me. So once again, the ginger took me out. Three of these all had ginger, then I couldn't do those 3 that had ginger. So that one is out. Another one that I'm gonna see if anybody would like is Tis the Season from Knowles Farm Scents. It's green tart juicy apples, cranberry, cinnamon, and vanilla. And this one, the green apple to my nose came across just a little bit too candied for the spices and cinnamon that it was paired with. So for that reason, it doesn't mesh to my preference, my scent preference. It just didn't quite mesh well in my brain. And every time I would also go to melt this one, or like I picked it up to be like, oh, do I want to melt it today? I don't know. I just never was like excited to melt it. So I'm going to pass it on and see if anybody else wants it. And then finally, the last, do I have any more that I was going to pass on? You know what? I might see if anybody else wants this one. This is Holiday from Teddy Bees. This is the scent of wreaths hanging, cookies baking, winter garland, and a warm fireplace. There is a chance I might see if anybody else wants this one. Unless somebody comments that I need to melt this before I destash it, I will listen to you, because this is one that I'm not fully against on cold. Like all of those other ones, I just am not excited about. This one I also wasn't excited about, but was one that I'd be maybe willing to try. So I might hold on to this one for next year, but this is in the middle. I'm not sure. The rest of these I'm going to hold on to, I think. Well, you know what? These 2 are also kind of in the middle. So both Teddy Bees. Christmas Past. This is Holiday Cinnamon, Fallen Leaves, Crisp Apples, Crushed Pine Needles, and Hints of Sweet Balsam. This is one from 2023, and the cinnamon in here is just a little too strong for me. This is also a maybe. Might pass it, might keep it. I'm not sure. And then Vintage. This one is Cypress, Fir Needles, Plum, Fig Leaves, Cinnamon, Cedar, and Hints of Smoldering Woods. I definitely like this one more than the other 2. But once again, there's something about this. I think it's the fig leaves. But I'm not like, once again, I'm not super excited about melting it. So this one's a maybe too. One that I definitely will keep. I think that all of the rest of these I'm definitely going to keep for next year. Yeah, so that's pretty good. If you look at it that way, realistically, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I only have 8 scents that I'm most likely, for sure, actually not most likely, that I will for sure carry over if I don't finish them this month. two that I want to talk about that I'm going to probably put in my next melting basket for this month is Witches Be Crazy for Eggnog. This is from Teddy Bees. It's birthday cake, pecan waffles, sugar cookie dough, a pinch of cinnamon, spiced vanilla, blended with both vanilla eggnog and butter rum eggnog. And then I also have Holy Night from Salt Mountain Melts. This is vanilla birch, blackberry, Palo Santo. So these two I will definitely carry over. I will 100% carry over Tinseltown from Zeep. This is one I only melted a teeny tiny bit because it is such a favorite and it was not brought back this year, and my fingers are crossed that it comes back for next year. And then all of the rest of these I haven't melted. So I'm just gonna hold my thoughts on these, and I'll talk about these at the beginning of the rest of the empties. But really, really quickly, I did not get to melting. This is Vintage Christmas from Southbound. I won't read the notes. Santa snacks from Southbound. I got these literally like maybe a week before Christmas or something. Southbound also has really good shelf life. Teddy Bees has really good shelf life. And my Zeep scoops have really good shelf life, as well as Scentsy. So all of the vendors that I am holding on to for next Christmas, I know have a very good shelf life, so I'm not concerned about that. Just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, so two Scentsy scents that I did not melt at all that I'm rolling over: Silver Bells and Mint to Be Merry. And then finally, the last one that I'm rolling over that I did not melt is Ghosts of Christmas Past from Teddy Bees. So those are all of the scents that I'm going to for sure roll over for next winter. Also, these two I will be putting in my January melting basket. So, okay, let me get into the empties here, or what I melted, I guess. So if you timestamped it, hello, welcome. I'm gonna talk about these three really quickly, and then we'll move on to the empties. So this one is a partially used scoopable in Tinseltown. Tinseltown is notes of fir, I don't have any, no notes on here, but I think I can remember. It's fir, tree lined streets, and like a cup of hot caramel cider. And this is one of my all-time favorite Christmas scents. The Zeep Fir Tree Oil is so sweet and delicious and realistic. I absolutely love it. It's unmatched. I think it might be the same oil, fir tree oil, that Britta from Britta's Creepy Treasures carries. So if you're familiar with her fir oil and you like it, then you'd probably like Zeep's and vice versa. The caramel cider and like the apples and the trees mixed together is unmatched in my opinion. It's one of the best, and this is such a strong performer. I adore the scent. I hope it comes back next year. I will get droves, buckets more of this, whatever you want to say. This is so good. So that is Tinseltown. Another one that is a favorite, I did purchase a backup tub, so I have one more backup tub, but I am enjoying this so much. I melted half. I'm enjoying it so much that I want to continue melting it. That is how much I love the scent. So this is Holy Night from Salt Mountain Melts. I have this going right now in this room, and it smells incredible. The notes are vanilla birch, blackberry, and Palo Santo. I love the purple wax. It's a favorite for sure. The way that the vanilla birch, which is kind of like a sharp tree, the way that it kind of pairs with like that juicy blackberry, and then you get like that like warm Palo Santo woodsiness. It's like woodsy, sweet, rich. It's so good. I love it. So that one's a favorite. Gonna continue melting that one. Another one I use half of a tub in is Witches Be Crazy for Eggnog. This is from Teddy Bees. And the notes of this are birthday cake, pecan waffles, sugar cookie dough, a pinch of cinnamon, spiced vanilla, which is Witches Be Crazy, and then blended with vanilla eggnog and butter rum eggnog. So this one I like, but I thought I was going to love it, and I just like it. I feel like the way, I think that this is a nice scent. I really do like this scent, and it definitely is a very good performer. Sometimes my Teddy Bee Bakery scents can be a little bit on the lighter side, but this one was a very, very good performer. But I felt like it was just a little, like, I don't know. I don't want to say spicy because there is a creaminess to it, but I felt like maybe there was something in vanilla eggnog or the butterrum eggnog that adds like an extra spice where it's, Witches Be Crazy on its own, I feel like even just on its own isn't as spicy, but like this almost like with the eggnog, like it almost was a spicier version of it. I don't know if I'm not describing it well. There was more spice in this than I expected. Do I still like the scent? Yes, very much. Will I continue to carry this over for this winter season? I think I will. I think I'll probably continue melting this. But I also might save it for next year. I don't know. I'll see. I'll figure it out. But for sure, I'm going to continue melting Holy Night. But yeah, this one I like. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it was a love, but I definitely enjoyed it. So that is Witches Be Crazy for eggnog. And then I did finish, well, Tom finished a body care. I'll just really quickly mention this. It's Fresh Water from Bath & Body Works. It's Italian bergamot, mountain spring water, and oak moss. It's just a body wash. This is one that he's been using for a long time now, just because we both really enjoy the scent. I think Tom and I are trying to consciously make the choice to use like different products on our bodies and not Bath & Body Works as much as we used to. I'm not saying there's anything wrong if you guys want to do that. We're trying. It's hard because I have so much Bath & Body Works and I love the scents and everything, but we're going to try to make a conscious effort to like use just more natural stuff. So probably the last time you'll see a lot of Bath & Body Works, maybe not, but probably. I'm trying to de-stash a lot of my Bath & Body Works. So anyway, this one I want to talk about. This is Apple Barn. This is a Hayden Row candle. You probably didn't even see me haul this, and that is because this was a gift from our friend. So that was a very, very sweet. I can't remember if this was a Christmas gift. No, I think this was like a Halloween gift. I don't even remember why this was a gift, but it was a very, very nice gift. This smell does not have the scent does not have notes. However, this scent reminds me of Cider Lane from Bath & Body Works. I'm pretty sure that this is a Cider Lane dupe. Pretty sure it's a Cider Lane dupe, but it's very, very pretty. Beautiful scent. Also, it burnt, you know, it was a little messy, but overall it did do really well. So that was Apple Barn. And now I have a ton of Empties. So if you are interested in just skipping to a specific vendor, you can use the timestamps. I'll try to timestamp everything for you guys because I have a lot to go over. So once again, this was all a part of my December melting basket, which was just purely Christmas themed wax. I just pulled out every single Christmas themed wax item I had. So everything in here is holiday related. So let me start with a sample from Southbound. This is in Winter Wonderland, and this was one I got not too long ago. Notes are bergamot, eucalyptus, cranberry, clove, sheer woods, and amber. I believe that this is available in a pre-order. I think that's still happening right now. And this scent was absolutely beautiful. It was like this gorgeous, fresh outdoor tree type scent, but there was also like this nice sweetness that kind of carried it. Must have been from the cranberry and clove, maybe. I'm not really sure. Maybe the amber did it. This was a really, really pretty scent. I would get this, but I'm really trying, new year, new me, really trying to be super, super good about saving money this year. So this one, I'm not gonna pick up any more right now, but next year if I see that one come around, this is my note. I enjoyed this, pick it up. The throw was good. I only had it in the bathroom, but I really did enjoy that one. That is Winter Wonderland from Southbound. That's the only Southbound I melted. The other two souffle cups I'll just use next year. This one is Holiday Truffle from Knowles Farm Scents. It is raspberry, white chocolate, pecan, butter, brown sugar, vanilla, and toffee. This is one that I did not dislike, but I also wasn't like crazy about it. I didn't feel like I needed more. The chocolate note in here, although it is white chocolate, this to my nose almost reads more chocolatey than just like a normal like hot cocoa scent would. And I have recently learned Tom is really, really against any chocolate and wax scents. I had this melting one day when he was out of the house, and I was trying to like use it as fast as I could when I could use the whole bag and he wasn't home and I could enjoy it and he wouldn't have to deal with it. But then he came home and he was like, like panicking. He's like, it's so bad, like shut off the warmer. So not that, once again, not that the scent is bad, but like personal preference, it was not Tom's favorite. And it was also for me, just like, it was okay. It wasn't a favorite. So I would not repurchase this. The throw-in performance was very good. The color of the wax was really pretty, but it wouldn't be a repurchase. The next three I have are all from Harper James. And the first one is Feelin' Noggy, Eggnog, Salted Pretzel, Caramel, and Sugar Cookie. This was like a little bag with like 6 different shaped cubes in it. I also, I knew this about myself, I think even before I purchased this, but I think there was a lot of good hype around this scent. I know myself to know that I'm not a huge pretzel person, and I don't know, the way that this mixed together, I didn't love the pretzel in here. Also, I feel like this was a little bit of a lighter performer in my house, so this wouldn't be a repurchase either. That is Feelin' Noggy from Harper James. This one is Santa's Suit. This is cinnamon, clove, cranberry, and balsam. This one is okay. This one was another kind of like middle of the road. I didn't dislike it. I didn't love it. It just was like a nice scent to kind of fill my home during the evening. I'm not a big spice fan though, and you definitely could get the spice. It wasn't overly spicy. You definitely got a good blend of like the berry and the spice, but it was enough where I'm just like, it would be good for just like one Christmas season, and then that's probably it. So I don't think I would repurchase that one either. And then this one is Rockin' Around the Tree, and it is white pine, juniper berry, suede, cedar bark, amber, and white woods. And this one is really pretty. This one definitely was the strongest of the 3 Harper James blends that I had. And this one smelled like if you had clean sheets, but maybe you were working outside near trees, like sap. Maybe you got some sap on you. Not that this smells like a super realistic sap scent. I know that there are other scents that I'm thinking of. I have one that I'll talk about in a little bit that is like a very realistic sap scent, but this one just kind of has the essence of like a tree with it, with like this freshness. So it's like this fresh, sweet, almost like clean tree scent. I liked it. I don't think I would repurchase this one though. Just a happy one and done. I have 3 here from Teddy Bees that I've completely emptied, all souffle cups. First one is an old one from March of 2022. So this is Milk and Cookies. It's creamy vanilla, powdered sugar, sweet milk, and buttery cookie dough. This one was a very good performer. I was very surprised by the performance of this. With the age, not so much the age, but more of just the scent in general. Like bakeries tend to be lighter, you know, milk cookies tend to be like a lighter scent. But this was, you can't smell in the bag now, but this was a good middle, like a medium performer. So that made me really happy. And it just smelled like a very delicious, like sweet, creamy cookie scent. It was basic, but not in a bad way. It was nice. I liked it. Possibly would repurchase that, but I feel like there are other more exciting Teddy Bee scents that I would rather try. But that one was nice. I'm happy I melted it. This one is Nutcracker Sweet. This was from November, is that right? Yeah, November of 2023. It is sugary shortbread cookies, yellow cake, brown sugar, and cinnamon butter. I feel like I liked this one, but this one wasn't a favorite. I feel like I almost preferred the Milk and Cookies a little bit more. It was just a little bit sweeter. The cookie in general was just like a sweeter cookie, like a sugar cookie is just sweeter than like a shortbread cookie. Those are, you can kind of smell like more of the crunch. So for that like authentic aspect of this being like a shortbread cookie, it was nice. But I would prefer my cookies to be sugary and sweet. So that one was nice. a little light. I think it was a little lighter. I should have I was so busy this month that I didn't even have the time to like write things down when I was melting them. Like I'm usually pretty good at that, but this month was not. Too busy. So yeah, no, I didn't write it down, but I feel like that one was lighter than the milk and cookies from my memory. Because I remember being very surprised by the milk and cookies and feeling like, about that one. So this one was very strong. This is Oh Christmas Tree. And Oh Christmas Tree is balsam fir, frosted juniper, fresh sage, and whipped vanilla. This is, in my opinion, I don't know if Tiffany did say this for sure or not, but in my opinion, this is a dupe for Under the Christmas Tree from Bath & Body Works. And the notes are very similar. If you like that candle, I'm sure you would like this. Very similar. This is kind of similar to the Rockin' Around the Tree from Harper James, where it's definitely like a clean, crisp tree type scent. To my nose, this kind of smells like a fresh men's cologne that has been sprayed on like a man, but then he put on like clean laundry over it. So it's like fresh, clean, a little masculine, but then you definitely get the tree. The tree's kind of like split though. It's not all tree. This is definitely not like primarily just a Christmas tree, plain Christmas tree scent. There's definitely something else working with it. And I think it's maybe the juniper and sage that's doing it, but really, really pretty scent. I like this one. This was also really strong. I would possibly pick up more of that, but I think I have two Under the Christmas Tree scents candles, 3-wick candles from Bath & Body Works, so I probably should just work on those first, but it's a good scent. I have quite a few here from Salt Mountain Melts, actually a lot here to talk about. So this first one is Winter Citrus Wreath. This is one that I've had in a souffle for a long time now, and I finally finished it. And it took me so long to finish it because this scent a little bit goes a very, very long way. This is an incredibly strong performer. So this one I felt like I didn't need to use a lot. It's from 2022. Notes are balsam, fresh, citrus, and forest air. This is a Bath & Body Works dupe, so if you're familiar with Winter Citrus Wreath from Bath & Body Works, it's the same thing. A very, very good dupe, very spot on. If you like a citrusy tree scent, you would love this. I mean, I really enjoyed it. And Christine from Christine Scent Scenes did send me a backup, so I will happily save that for next year. So I'm very grateful for that because I do really like that scent. Another one that Christine sent me a backup of, so thank you, Christine, once again. This is Mrs. Claus's Bakery. Yes, and it is crushed candy cane, which is a Bath & Body Works dupe mixed with milk and cookies. So it is just a deliciously creamy, rich candy cane scent. The candy cane is very sweet. It doesn't come across like a essential oil kind of mint scent. It smells like a candy cane, candied sweet mint. And then you get like a super rich vanilla-y scent that's kind of like adding the sweetness. It's a beautiful scent. I have a backup tub. I purchased a backup tub of that, and I think Christine sent me some, right? Or did she send me the backup tub? I can't remember. I have more of that. I know I have more of that, and I'm very happy because that is a very, very good scent from Salt Mountain Melts. This one here is Christmas Tree Cakes. This is also from Christine Scent Scene. Thanks, Christine. She is the wax fairy. It is white cake, yellow cake, buttercream, marshmallow, and sprinkles. This is a really nice buttercream frosting scent. If you like buttercream frosting, I feel like you would like this. It's not overwhelmingly cakey. Like, I wouldn't say it smells like cake, but it does smell like a very authentic buttercream frosting. So I really like it. I think I have a backup of that, and if I don't, I'd probably repurchase like another souffle of that next year. But I believe I have a backup souffle or a tub even of that. I can't remember, but that one's a nice one. Okay, this one I want to talk about kind of in comparison to this one. So this is Vintage Christmas. It's creamy eggnog, roasted pine cones, and sugar cookies. This is from this year. It's from a current, more recent pre-order, the last Salt Mountain pre-order from this year. And I only want to compare this one because there is the note of sugar cookies and creamy eggnog. And this one also has sugar cookies and eggnog. The only difference between these two is roasted pine cones. This one is roasted pine cones, and this one is Mrs. Claus's cookies on top of another cookie. This one also is from, did I already mention that this one is from Christine Scentsy, Milk and Cookies for Santa. She's given me a lot. Thank you so much, Christine. That's very generous. So I had a souffle of this one and a loaf of this one. And I believe Christine gave me a tub. Yeah, she gave me a tub. So once again, very grateful. This scent, Milk and Cookies for Santa, I prefer just a hair more than this one. I don't know what is in the Milk and Cookie or Mrs. Claus's cookie oil. I don't know if there's an extra eggnog note within that or what it is, but there's something about this scent that is so rich and creamy, and it throws really well for me. It's a strong performer, and it just is like this pure, creamy, rich, sweet vanilla scent that is just unmatched. I really, really like this one. I haven't melted it since last year, so I forgot how much I liked it, but man, I really, really like this scent, so hence why I have so many backups. Really, really like this scent. I don't know if it's necessarily like fair in my brain to compare these because the roasted pine cone note really does kind of make it different than just a straight up cookie scent. But within the roasted pine cone oil, and it smells like it is the same one that I think that Amanda from Salt Mountain Melts is using, there's like the pine cone oil, so it's a roasted pine cone, and there's like a vanilla sandalwood note within it. And I think it's the sandalwood that's just throwing it ever so slightly off for me. Not that this smells bad. I really did enjoy this one. I did enjoy this one, but I think there's just something I liked a tiny bit more about the Milk and Cookies for Santa. And I also just want to mention, just from my own memory, this was a much lighter performer, and I don't know if that's my fault, that maybe I should have let it cure a little bit longer. It was October of this year, or now last year, I guess, so 10/6/24. So it should have been, yeah, it is good to go. But I think just the scent in general is just maybe a little bit lighter, which I'm surprised about because I thought it would have been the same strength as this one, if not stronger, but it was just a little bit lighter for me. So I don't know if I would necessarily repurchase this scent. I think if I were to repurchase an eggnog scent from Salt Mountain, it would be Milk and Cookies for Santa. I just don't think that one can be topped. I don't know. Nah, I shouldn't say that. I don't know if I can really compare these two. They are different enough. I think that this is a really nice blend, and I think if you really, really like the roasted pine cone oil, which I do, then you probably would enjoy this. I don't know why. I don't know why this one didn't quite scratch the itch for me, but I don't know. That's just my opinion, but that's it. Okay, moving on. I have Rose Girls. All of this is Rose Girls. No, wait, almost all of this is Rose Girls. So let me talk about the OG scent first. So Christmas Eve in Cookie Land. This was a snowflake shape that I chopped up. I think all of these, except for the last bag, were the giant snowflake shapes. Christmas Eve in Cookie Land is eggnog, royal sugar cookie, monster cookie, marshmallow smoothie, and donut holes. This is kind of on that same level of like delicious, rich, creamy eggnog scents as the Milk and Cookies for Santa. So I really like this. I will always repurchase this scent. It is just creamy, rich vanilla perfectness. It's perfection. It's so good. So that one is a win. This one is Did Someone Say Christmas Cookies, which is gingerbread, royal sugar cookies, monster cookies, sugar cookie dough, and bourbon eggnog frosting. Surprisingly enough, for this having gingerbread note in it, I was a little nervous, but this one was really nice. I really enjoyed this one. I have no complaints about it. The gingerbread came across not overly gingery. It came across more like authentic gingerbread, like a cookie, a sweet, very sweet ginger scent. But like also just mostly the other cookie notes, I think just kind of like added to like the sweetness of like the bakery kind of quality. I'm not wording this well, but It's really, really nice. I like that. I would possibly repurchase that one. It wouldn't probably be like my first thing, but if I was placing an order and I saw that one, I'd probably throw another bag in there. So this one is Koopa's Christmas Carols. This one is kind of comparable to this next one, which is Frosted Glacier Christmas Camp Out. Very similar notes. So let me talk about Koopa's Christmas Carols first. It's soft pine, sugar cookies, snow powder mint, and campfire marshmallows. And then this other one, Frosted Glacier Christmas Camp Out, is peppermint, campfire cookies, marshmallow, fireside, Palo Santo, and a hint of pine. The difference between these two, I've talked about this in another, I think my last year's Christmas empties, like my December wax empties. I'll leave that, maybe if I can link it somewhere, I'll leave that video if you want to hear me go way more in depth about it. I like both of these. I think these are both very, very similar, comparable kind of notes, but they do just ever so slightly something different. The Koopa's Christmas Carols is a little bit sweeter, lighter, softer, not so strong on the pine. It's definitely a softer pine. It's sweeter, it's creamier, and this one I have made the decision, this is the one that I prefer. If you're familiar with Ice Palace from Tiffany, she brought that out. God, I don't even remember, 4 or 5 years ago, and I haven't seen it back since. Just plain Ice Palace. I've seen it mixed with other things, but that is Snow Powder and Mint. That Snow Powder and Mint is a single fragrance oil in, I think it's called Sweet Snow, I think is the name of the fragrance oil. It's a phenomenal scent. Kaes also carries it. So really, really good scent. But anyway, this one is a phenomenal, very soft, sweet, a little bit outdoorsy, but mostly like a fresh, sweet, minty scent. It's so pretty. I really like it. And then the Frosted Glacier Christmas Camp Out is the peppermint that Tiffany's really well known for, which is definitely much more stronger in your face, kapow peppermint. And then the pine in here is definitely more noticeable than the other one. The other one is a little bit softer. This one's definitely more mint, more peppermint, more peppermint, more pine. So that is the Frosted Glacier Camp Out. Both great scents though. Finally, I have a bag here in Where the Treetops Glisten, which is Fraser Fir Balsam, Vanilla Sandalwood, and what's the other thing? Royal Sugar Cookies. I really thought I'd like this one more, but the way that the Vanilla Sandalwood blended with the sugar cookies, there was another scent that I had that was like, it had vanilla cookies and vanilla sandalwood in it, and it just didn't do it for me. I've melted her vanilla sandalwood on its own, and I really just prefer it on its own or blended even with like other woodsy notes. I just feel like, I don't know, there's something about it that didn't quite tickle my fancy in here. So this would not be a repurchase, but it was a good, strong performer, medium performer, and I enjoyed it for a one and done. And then finally, moving on to all of my Brittas. Actually, I'm not even done yet. I'm close. So Brittas, I have She'll Die First. This is Buttermints, Pink Sugar, and Mrs. Claus's Cookies. Once again, I don't know what's in Mrs. Claus's Cookies. I'll have to look that up, but I really like it. This was nice. The pink sugar was not overly strong in this. It was just like a nice, sweet, soft, like sugary, pepperminty, creamy vanilla scent. I like this. I'd possibly pick up more of that if I was placing another order. This is Christmas Day Massacre. It's cherry pie and oatmeal raisin cookies. I have never smelled anything else with the oatmeal raisin cookie oil in it. That definitely smells like the Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies. That's kind of what it reminded me with a cherry note. I like this one. I would repurchase this one definitely. That is Christmas Day Massacre. All of my Brittas always is a good, her stuff always throws in my house, throws really well. So all of these are good performers. This one is Hooves on the Rooftop. It was cashmere cream, patchouli, and crackling birch. I don't think I'm a big cashmere cream person. This one was okay, but it wasn't a favorite. I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to repurchase it. It was all right though. I enjoyed it because her patchouli is really nice, and the birch, it was just like a woodsy, a woodsy sweet, like almost like laundry type scent. It was okay. I liked it. I wouldn't go out of my way though. Kim's Special Eggnog. This is roasted pine cones and eggnog. It's funny because this was a repurchase and I remember really enjoying this more last year, but maybe my nose has changed and maybe that's why the Vintage Christmas also, which is roasted pine cones and sugar cookies and eggnog too. Maybe there's just something about the way that roasted pine cones mix with eggnog that I just maybe wasn't loving this year, or maybe my nose has shifted a little bit and evolved. Because I remember liking this more last year. Not that this is bad. I do still enjoy it. But I don't know, it just wasn't a fave this year. Maybe I'm not as much of a roasted pine cone lover as I used to be. Because back like 5 years ago, there's a scent called Blue December from a vendor that's no longer in business. The vendor was called Gypsy Monroe. If anybody is an old waxy, you'll remember this. This is a long time ago. But she had a scent Blue December and I was like obsessed with that scent. And I never realized until like years later that that was literally just the roasted pine cone oil. It was just roasted pine cones. That's all it was. So anyway, this one is another Britta's Creepy Treasures, last thing from Britta, in a loaf. This is a custom I made called May Your Spirits Be Bright. And it is bourbon sauce, caramelized pralines, Mrs. Claus's cookies, and eggnog. This was from how long ago? 2022, the beginning of the year. So it was old. And last year I felt like the sweet spot was last year. So maybe that's kind of, not that this was that much lighter, like it wasn't like so light I couldn't smell it, but I feel like it definitely hit a peak last year where it was really, really banging with the strength of performance. And then this year it dipped a little bit. So maybe, maybe that's kind of like the peak, because last year is winter 2023. So maybe like a year or two is like the shelf life of Britta's, but this is also like a bakery scent. So other things are going to be different. So, but that was that. Let me move on to my Zeep, because it is getting dark out here. I'm running out of light. So I have Red Cup Season. This is espresso, peppermint, mocha, Uggs, and leggings. I really like this scent. It smells like a peppermint mocha from Starbucks, exactly like that. I personally really enjoy it. I think the chocolate in here is a non-offensive chocolate, but Tom really did not like this. He yelled at me to he didn't yell at me, but he was like, please Lex, take it out the warmers, air out the room, turn on the fan. Like, he did not like it, but he doesn't like chocolate and wax at all. So I cannot buy this again, because if I do, I'm the only one that's gonna be able to smell it and I'll have to kind of work around that. So I won't repurchase that one, but I really do like it. I mean, I could just repurchase it for just upstairs, but that one is so strong that he would probably be able to smell it downstairs, because his nose is pretty sensitive to chocolate wax. So this next one is Christmas Eve. It's crackling fire, fern, balsam, and toasted marshmallows. I really like this one. This is that fir tree oil that Britta has, and what's the other vendor I was talking about? Oh, I was talking about Zeep. Zeep's fir tree oil is amazing. So it's that with like a fireside note. So I like it. I would repurchase that one. Another one that I will definitely repurchase, I maybe have a backup of this. It's White Christmas. It's Fir Trees Balsam and Dreaming of a ... So it's just a pure Christmas tree scent. It's amazing. This one is Holiday at Gatsby's. It is sophisticated pine, hints of tonka bean, and fresh bubbly citrus. This one, I have a backup scoop of this one. It is so pretty. If you haven't tried this one, definitely try it. It's the Fizzy Pop oil, which tends to remind me of like summer scents, and I'm not always a big fan of, but the way it works with the pine and tonka, it just smells really, really good. It's like fresh, clean tree in a way. And it just totally works. So yeah, I really like this one. And the longer it sat in my warmers, the more it kind of smelled like a little bit like Fruit Loops. And I was like, I kind of like this, like a tree, like fresh tree at first. And then it was like kind of Fruit Loopy. And I was like, this is weird, but I like it. And maybe I used to not like the Fizzy Pop oil, but maybe I'm liking that more now. I'll have to test that theory. This one is Yuletide Carols. Love the scent. It's winter fir trees and sweet vanilla bean. This is one of the best Zeep Christmas scents ever, hands down. It is delicious. It's that delicious fir tree oil with like this amazing vanilla scent. It's phenomenal. I love Yuletide Carols. That one's a favorite for sure. This one is Abominable Snowman. This was a repurchase. I think every single one of those Zeep scents were like repurchases. Yeah, they were. Abominable Snowman is fluffy cashmere, fir tree forest, applewood, and icy winter air. So it's got that amazing fir oil here with applewood and some other fun notes. And it just smells, I don't know, the cashmere in here is not like the cashmere cream, I don't think. It smells a little different to me. This one's a little bit crisper to me, and maybe it's because of the other things it's paired with. There's definitely like a nice crispness to it. It just is clean and fresh and crisp, and I really like this one. And this is one that Tom thoroughly enjoyed, like commented. He was like, I really like this. So this one I'll probably definitely repurchase. So pretty much everything except for the Uggs and leggings, the mocha one. But I like the mocha one. But that's, you know, trying to be sensitive to everybody's noses in the house. I have 3 here from the Bathing Garden. It is getting so dark. I have Vetiver Bells. I do not know the scent notes on this. However, this scent was so pretty. I mean, there's definitely vetiver in here, and then some other kind of like tree notes, I believe. I'll see if I can find the notes and leave them in here. This is like such a classic Christmas scent. And I'm telling you, if you have not purchased from the Bathing Garden, I don't know what you're waiting for, because their wax is so, like, it's like, I don't know, this smells like you are living a Christmas of the past. Like you're back in like your childhood home opening presents on Christmas morning. It just smells like Christmas of the past. I really, really like that. So Vetiver Bells, I will repurchase this one. Another one that I will absolutely repurchase, and this one I will hopefully find in a large clamshell next year. This is Holiday Baubles. This is the one that I was talking about earlier, that I wanted to talk about earlier, where it smells like a very realistic, like tree sap scent. It smells like when I was younger, I would crawl under the Christmas tree to help like water the real Christmas tree. This smells like a real Christmas tree. And like almost the way that like, there's definitely like a cinnamon in here, like maybe like a cinnamon pine cone type scent. But then you get like that real like balsam sap kind of a scent. So this is unmatched. It's so pretty. I love this one. Definitely will repurchase that one. This one is Angelic Patchouli, another repurchase. I have this in a large clamshell, and I would always get more of this. This was the strongest wax that I melted this entire month and a half now, or not a half, a month and a week now. Unbelievably strong, so beautiful. The notes of this are, it's patchouli, of course, and then jasmine, I think, and then maybe like vanilla or something. And they blend so beautifully together. I cannot describe the scent. If you like, I mean, it is a floral. It definitely reads floral, but there's also like this masculine quality. It is so beautiful. I love the scent. Angelic Patchouli is such a favorite. Angelic Patchouli, Holiday Baubles, and Vetiver Bells were, honestly, all of these were the standouts. I would say this was probably the top vendor for this month of melting was my Bathing Garden blanket. So really happy about that. One from Kaes, I have Santa's Fireplace. This is a house blend of Christmas trees, apple fireside, and pink sugar cookies. I really like this one. This was really pretty. The pink sugar, I don't know if it's pink sugar and cookies is what the pink sugar cookies is, but it didn't read too much like pink sugar. It just added like this nice sweetness that kind of helped tone down like the smoky kind of quality to like the fireside in the apple fireside. But you still kind of got a little bit of that, and you did get a little bit of the apple, and got some of the Christmas tree. It just was like, I don't know, this was really good. I would repurchase this. That is, what is it called again? Santa's Fireplace. This would be a repurchase. And then finally, oh gosh, it is dark, you guys. I'm going as fast as I can. I have 4 from Scentsy. So I have Joy and Wonder. This is one that I had in my Scentsy Club for a long time. It smells like berries, like spiced kind of berries, but like really, really pretty. I love this one. I canceled my Scentsy Club, so I do not have it anymore, but this is one that I will happily use the rest of my collection of, because I have quite a few left of that one, but that one is a favorite. I have Rum Pum Plum. This is one I've never tried before. There was definitely a lot more bakery to this than like if I was in my brain comparing this to like sweet plum pastry. I prefer sweet plum pastry. I didn't love the bakery notes that kind of came through in that, so that would not be repurchased, and I don't think I can anyway now. This one is Golden Garland. This one to me kind of smells like leaves. Like kind of smells like a little bit like Bath & Body Works leaves, mixed with maybe some more apple or something. This is definitely read way more of a fall blend, but the name I thought kind of implied more winter Christmas, so kind of felt out of season to mouth that. I liked it, but it wouldn't be repurchased. And then this one is Disney Season of Magic. I feel like the licensed bars went up in price. And then this one was, I did like this, but not enough to repurchase this, but it just smells like it's just a pretty classic sweet tree scent. It's a tree scent with some extra berry in it. So that was Disney Season of Magic. And that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for sticking through that very long video. I hope you enjoyed hearing my thoughts. Yeah, like I said, the standouts this year for sure, or this month, were definitely the Bathing Garden scents. So that made me really excited. Hopefully next year I can grab those all in larger sizes, because they're all amazing. So that is it. Let me know what your favorite thing you melted during the holiday season was in a comment below, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye guys.